Assalamualaikum and hi, you are now watching Industrial Biotechnology channel and today I, Rajan Fatihah binti Azli will be your host. In today's episode, we are going to uncover the science behind genetically modified mosquitoes or also known as GM mosquitoes. So, sit tight and enjoy the show. First and foremost, we are going to talk about the mastermind of GM mosquitoes. Oxford Insect Technologies or Oxitec, a biotechnology company in the United Kingdom, developed genetically modified insects to aid in controlling insects for human population. The company is widely known to modify insects genetically to meet the needs. There have been few field trials done for GM mosquitoes and the results were pretty decent. Oxitec altered the original genetic of male mosquitoes named OX5034 and its very first batch of GM mosquitoes was released on 30th May 2018 in São Paulo, Brazil, to fight against Aedes aegypti species and reduce the dengue and Zika diseases. But how? Just how Oxitec managed to do all that? The technology is quite simple and straightforward. They mutated a self-limiting gene inside male mosquitoes, and when the mutant males mate with females, the gene will be passed on their offspring, which then will kill the most hated disease-packed insects and make them disappear from the environment. This will reduce the chance of mosquitoes-borne diseases transmission to humans. The killer gene will prevent the offspring from surviving and reaching adulthood, thus causing the population reduction. Other than self-limiting gene, Oxitec also inserted fluorescent marker gene that produces protein in the insect's body, which will make them glow when exposed to certain light color. The marker gene will be much help in recognizing and tracking insects in the wild. So as said, Oxitec implies simple and basic biotechnology experimentation, however can bring huge impact in the human population. Although there might be a few criticisms received, the field trials done by Oxitec before in Brazil, Cayman Island and also, surprisingly Malaysia, the trial has brought positive outcomes in combating diseases caused by mosquitoes such as dengue, Zika and chikungunya. To conclude, when GM mosquitoes' genes are altered, there will be a huge chance of reduced population of wild mosquitoes. This will then result to lesser diseases as said before due to the mutated killer gene inserted, which will put an end to the abhorrent mosquitoes. Next, we move on to who will have utmost interest in GM mosquitoes. It is well known that such technology will have the ability to attract audience. In previous years, Oxitec was known to have released their mutant mosquitoes in Brazil, the Cayman Islands and also Malaysia. And so surprisingly, the population of mosquitoes in certain areas has reduced drastically from 80 to 95%. The same goes to dengue fever cases, which magnificently lessened by 91%. The fact that the mutant mosquitoes can reduce mosquito-borne diseases, medical science and health fields are fairly interested in the development of GM mosquitoes, although there will still be some debate regarding this matter. A report from Food and Drug Administration, or also known as FDA, stated that the release of GM mosquitoes at chosen sites will not significantly cause adverse impacts on health of humans, other than local reactions at bite site, which is particularly normal when being bitten by bugs. Therefore, this will enormously increase the interest in health sector. In 2017, CEO Gray Franson was assigned after Oxitec was bought by Intraxin, an American biotechnology company, for $160 million. He led Oxitec and expanded programs to mosquito and agricultural technologies. The company partnered with renowned agricultural industries to manifest in Ozitec's second-generation technology due to economic factors in diminishing or lessening mosquitoes-borne cases, which unfortunately needs high cost of control. GM mosquitoes can adamantly help in reducing the probabilities, which is pretty decent for those who are willing to invest in the technology. Additionally, 5 years ago, in 2016, a study predicted the rough cost of the execution of GM mosquitoes might reach as low as $10 per person, but it all depends on the phase of the population, whether the area is in suppression phase or maintenance phase. This may help in minimizing the economic cost needed to fight the control of dengue or Zika cases, which involve a lot of money in past years. So here goes that. It can be concluded that the invention of such mutant insects might have not only health but also economical effects, which will surely attract the audience in obtaining and making use of it. In this episode of GM Mosquitoes, I'll be telling about the newest discovery of GM mosquitoes. This year, 2021, Ozitec has planned to officially release its first batch of GM mosquitoes to one of the states in the USA, Florida. The event will take place at Florida Keys, and the altered mosquitoes were first regulated and approved by the federal regulators there before the decision of releasing them was made. The Florida Keys Mosquito Control District, also known as FKMCD, consented to release a significant amount of 750 million. Yes, 750 million GM mosquitoes over a period of 2 years. However, the field testing of GM mosquitoes was heavily criticized by 240,000 people with the reason of using Florida as a testing ground for mutant insects. Although there have been positive outcomes, Ozitec receives backlash from majority of scientists who believe that the mutant mosquitoes can hybridize with wild mosquitoes and pass the modified genes, which are eventually cause them to be more resistant to insecticides. Honestly, for me, as a Malaysian who was once a country where the field trial occurred, such concern has appeared. Maybe that is why in 2010, 6,000 Ozitec mosquitoes released in Bentong were killed. People were enraged due to the fact that the field trial was done blindly without informing the public. And now we are down to our final episode. Why or what is the reason or the goals behind the invention of GM mosquitoes? GM mosquitoes were invented to serve few purposes, not only in the wild but also to human population. Due to overwhelming cases of mosquitoes-borne diseases such as dengue, Zika, and chikungunya, GM mosquitoes came into light as one of the ways to fight those diseases. GM mosquitoes whose genes have been altered will mate with wild female mosquitoes, as being said in the previous episode, and the process of reproduction will cause a genetic disturbance to their offspring and limit their lifespan, thus reducing the population of dangerous mosquito species. This technique is called suppression technique. Ozitec aimed to release their mosquitoes in countries that have high cases of mosquitoes-borne diseases. There have been done a few field trials in certain countries, but the development has brought in many debates, concerns, and criticisms from the public. Ozitec, however, continues to modify the technology in order to lessen the cases around the world. The company aimed to release GM mosquitoes in developing countries as a way to curb the negative impacts of mosquitoes that carry diseases such as dengue to humans. Biotechnological advancements have made the achievements possible, thus increasing the chance of other innovations and findings to happen and eventually help in decreasing concerning problems. It is so sad to announce that our show is going to end pretty soon. I hope from the brief explanation about GM mosquitoes given by me just now will add some knowledge to you. The technology of altering mosquitoes genetically to reduce the mosquitoes-borne diseases is definitely an evolutionary step done by mankind. Relations of biotechnology and health are seen to be distinctly close. Therefore, it is important for researchers to find ways in discovering new techniques to science-related problems. Oxitec has done a lot in genetically modifying insects, and this can be proven by the GM mosquitoes invented. GM techniques are important in biotechnology field. Other than insects, some other GM crops were invented to fulfill the lack of food resources in certain countries, especially in the continent of Africa. Thus, the main point of how important GM method can be relatively proven. There will be more inventions and research emerging related to biotechnology and genetically modified inventions due to advancement of technology. And that's all from me, your host. I would like to thank each one of you who stayed from the beginning until the end, hoping that what I deliver will bring benefits to all of you. Thank you and goodbye.